How are you doing? My name is Dr. Heather Moore, owner of Total Performance Physical Therapy. Today we're going to talk about how to have good posture when you're sitting. So most people, when they think about sitting posture, they go into the overcorrect posture. So most of us have been trained to sit up straight, jam our shoulders back, really kind of sit as tall as we can, no real support, and then just try and hold that as long as we can. That's an overcorrection, and that can actually cause you a lot of pain also. So we're going to go over just some simple tips and tricks in a very poorly designed chair so you guys can see you can really have decent posture anywhere you go. This is probably one of the worst chairs you can sit in. So if we can make this work, we can make anything work. So ideally, you're sitting in a chair where your knees are not as high as your hips, but this is, again, we're going to show you how you can do this in a chair that isn't fit for me. There's nothing special about it. I'm not even sure where we got this chair from. So when you're talking about sitting posture, so you want to make sure that your back is straight, but the more pressure you put on yourself to sit upright, the more pressure you're going to put on the muscles, the harder it's going to be, the more you're going to fatigue, the more pain you're going to get, the more likely you're going to go into spasm. What you want to do is you want to use gravity to help you. So in this chair or any chair, you can slide to the edge of it, put one foot down, and then you're going to just drop one leg. So that's going to allow your pelvis to be pulled forward by gravity. I'm not doing anything to sit up now. As my leg drops below my hips here, it's going to automatically pull me forward. I can't really slump even if I tried. When I do slump, that leg comes back up. So all you have to do is drop one leg down, and it's going to automatically pull your pelvis forward. So you're going to be able to sit up even straighter. My back's not really working right now. It's more my legs. Now you don't want to start doing this where you're dropping both legs. You're not going to have a whole lot of support. You're going to rely more on your back muscles to sustain you. So you want to have that one leg there for support. Now if you're lucky enough to have a better chair than I do, you can actually sit with your feet flat on the floor. But most likely you're going to be in some type of chair where you're going to need to drop one leg in order to pull your pelvis forward. Now, again, if you're feeling like you're really working to sit up straight, you're not doing this correctly. You gotta be sitting on the edge of the chair and just let gravity do the work. Now, the next thing you wanna worry about is your shoulders. So your neck is not gonna be in a good position if your shoulders are slumped. So if you're like this, there's no way your neck can be in good position. So if you're someone who gets headaches, numbness and tingling in your fingers, any sort of basically upper body pain, a lot of that has to do with posture. So what you want to do is you want to roll your shoulders up, back, and drop them down. Now, a lot of times when I tell people to do this, they go up, back, and then they jam them back. And that's, again, an overcorrection that's going to cause you pain for another reason. So you sitting up straight like we've been taught for so long is the right idea, but most people have the wrong way to do it, and they just try and just hold their shoulders back, pin their shoulders back as far as they can. But that's really going to cause you a lot of pain in the other direction. So all you want to do is literally roll your shoulders up, back, and drop them down. And that's going to put them in good position. Now, if you have a computer in front of you or something in front of you, you then want to set up your workstation so that this is where you're sitting. You're never going to make your posture fit your workstation. You want your workstation to fit your posture. So if you're doing this to sit at a kitchen table or whatever, you want to make sure that you're either elevating the chair, you're changing where you're working. So if you're going to work at a computer, you roll your shoulders up, back, and drop them down, and then your computer should be right here. If you're just going to sit here, then this is how you sit here. Your back should be, again, you're not working to sit up straight. Now your shoulders are nice and relaxed. One of the most common things that happens is you start to creep up with your shoulders. As stress happens, you're talking on the phone, you're doing certain things, your shoulders start to creep up. So this isn't a once and done kind of thing. You can do this a couple times in an hour, and you should, because until your muscles relearn where to be, they're gonna start to creep up again. And this is something you're not gonna notice you're doing, so you have to really pay attention with it, and you really have to kind of reiterate this up, back, and drop them down posture in order to maintain this nice and relaxed posture. But at no time should you feel like you are working. At no time should you feel like this is fatiguing. And so many people feel as though their back is jammed in upright and their shoulder blades are pinned together. That's not how you should feel. You want to drop your legs so that your pelvis comes forward naturally. Roll your shoulders up, back, and drop them down. That'll put your neck in good position and your shoulders in good position. If you or someone you know is suffering with pain and wants a free consultation with a doctor of physical therapy, all you have to do is call our office at 215-997-9898 and we'd be happy to get you in. Thanks and have a good night.